Hey man, how's it going? I just get my butt kicked. Yeah. Yeah, I played a Kindred game before and I went off and I was like, I'll just play it again, but I want to try to build something different. And like, I went up against Ali and he's like the counter basically because he can kick me out of my ult. So it's like not really a point of playing it, but I still wanted to play. So I was like, whatever. Just got destroyed and then every lane got destroyed. Like our top got destroyed, our mid got I wouldn't say destroyed, but they lost lane pretty bad. And then bot lane just was like kind of even. But I was just trying to play with the new build, and I couldn't even get enough gold to even start building. But, yeah, like Lee Sin like did not miss his cues on me. It was like a flash away, and he'd like predict it. It's like, oh geez, this guy's just popping off.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's like a mission to do some flex games, and I think you get the ticket for the Clash thing.
Oh, really?
You know that thing that's I think
Oh, yeah,
going
yeah,
on
yeah.
tomorrow
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
you were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you have to actually get a ticket for it, or someone has to get a ticket.
Yeah, well, you can get, I think one person can get a ticket, but if all five of you, like, put in a ticket, you get, like, better rewards or a better chance or something.
Hmm.
Oh, who should I ban?
We know enough people to do that, or enough people that are even interested. Or you can just, is it like, it's not like a solo thing, right? You have to, like,
no,
have a
yeah.
team.
I was thinking of going on the forums and finding someone.
Yeah, because we don't really know that many people that play anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I know you and a couple guys I work with, but like they don't even play that much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the dude that's really good plays the same position as me. He's a jungler.
Really?
He's like, yeah, he's actually better than I am. He's only gold 1 right now, but he's been getting like plat and like almost diamond like the last couple years.
Yeah, but is he single is the question.
I don't know. He doesn't play super often anymore, but
really?
he does get on every once in a while. Still,
I feel like you can't be married and get diamond. There's just something about that's wrong.
He might have a girlfriend, but I don't think he's married. I actually don't think he's married for sure.
Yeah. Oh, what's good in top lane these days?
Zion's pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably kind of boring to play though.
I could play.
Who's really good up there?
Will be the best.
Yeah, I think he got buffed recently, but you still just don't see as many people play him. Like there's a lot of stuff that gets buffed, and like it takes a while for people to start playing it again.
It's just the fact that they banned like Darius and Aurelia, like the two I have been playing up top. So.
Oh, that's right. Who do I want to play with this team? I had really good couple Kha'Zix games. He's actually the top rated percentage or win percentage jungler right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've had a couple really good games with him. His evolve order is a lot different than normal. Like you evolve your ultimate first, because they changed him. He gets like, it's kind of like a passive thing, sort of like whenever you go into a brush, you get like movement speed and like temporary invisibility. So yeah, that's like a really cool thing to have early on. So like people have been doing that, and then Q, and then your jump last. So but I think I got a ton of kills. I think I went like 17 and 6 or something on him. Just a couple, like the game right before my two Kindred games.
Oh, really?
Like the only 3 games I think I played today.
I don't know how this is gonna go with Poppy.
You should probably. I think you win early, but I think it goes even, and you guys are both like, I don't know, 6-7. She might outlast any of your damage.
Yeah, well, it kind of sucks that they got an Ezreal and a Braum to kind of like, and even a Poppy. I mean, their team's kind of a difficult one for Wukong, I feel like, to get in there.
Yeah.
If they group, though, I could really do some damage. But Oriana's, I hate going against Oriana's, especially when they're like got 2 or 3 kills, because then it's like it's so hard to do anything with their ult. Of course, if they just ult me, I guess it's okay.
You got it. Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh, they're invading.
Yeah, you stopped them. Oh,
30 seconds until minions spawn. Who questions my ability?
Come on, boys.
They're not going to commit to it.
I think they're committing.
They will. They've got
Graves
a strong
goes back.
level 1.
Oh, we stopped it.
I don't think nothing's gonna happen.
Should have went for it. I think we would have won that.
I don't know. The Brahm's super strong level 1.
I know.
Get a Q or an auto on you.
I know, but I mean, we already had Graves like past half, or Ezreal, one of the two. Ezreal can't like blink away. Besides flashing, I suppose.
Although I think Karma's a really good level 1 too, because she can use her ultimate and really do the empowered Q.
I think that's why they were down so low, is because she kind of smacked them around.
My journey's only beginning.
Poppy's gonna be late to lane as well. Oh, got the experience.
Teleport.
My place is at the top.
Really?
Bring me a real challenge.
Scuttle.
Put me
doing scuttle, is that?
Yeah. Autoing it.
Okay, he's right around here.
I don't know if he did his. Couldn't have done his red already.
No, I think that was early.
Some junglers don't have enough to do their red, so they'll go do a little crab.
Show me the path.
Oh, we just popped that right here.
First.
Oh,
I popped mine too.
Who questions my ability?
Oh, there he is. Yep.
Adapt to all situations. Never settle for second. My journey's only beginning. Bring me a real challenge. Show me the path.
She took so little damage. Oh, her passive, huh?
Never settle. Just try to stop me.
An enemy has been slain.
Dang, bot lane.
An enemy has been slain.
Dang.
There it is.
The Jin is doing so much damage. Holy cow.
Killing spree.
I don't know where Pop is. I don't know if she was like, oh, there she
Yeah,
is.
she-
Must have waited for something.
Every mistake.
Go to the face.
You must have waited for
An
boots or
ally
something.
has been slain.
Uh-oh.
I'm up topside.
Adapt to all situations.
Yeah, she's gonna ward right here.
Okay. But I'll pop into here and then. Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Kind of thought that happened. I was like, oh, she's already 6.
I didn't use my ult though if you wanna regain.
Bring me a real challenge.
Go to the face.
She doesn't have that and I've got my ult, so.
My place is at the top.
I'm gonna come through her tri brush.
Yeah. Just let me know.
Jump on her.
Bring me a
knows.
real challenge.
Yeah, she's gotcha.
She had a pink ward right here.
Oh, dang.
Show me the path.
Well, at least I got that out of the way. I need my level 6 anyway to kill her.
My place is at the top.
Yeah, I just didn't want to use my little ult because I knew she got hurt.
Who questions my ability?
Go to the face.
Never settle for second.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
My journey's only beginning. Every mistake is a lesson.
An ally has been slain.
Uh-oh.
We'll start. You got it.
That was so close.
Mm-hmm.
Your team has destroyed a
Yeah,
turret.
under 100 life left on it.
Yeah, yeah, I thought you had it.
Never settle for second. Every mistake is a
Very nice.
I got her flash too.
My place is at the top.
For some reason she thought she could take me, especially after that dragon. I knew I had her.
Got that extra attack damage.
Extra little boost, and I just barely went back and got some AD.
Adapt to all situations.
A little extra put me over.
Yeah, you've got a farm lead too.
Yeah. Teleport back in. Try to keep things going. Uh-oh.
Enemy killing spree.
What is happening?
We were trying to siege.
Come on, boys.
Kill. Enemy rampage.
It's probably not worth. Yeah, it's not worth. If I had my ult, it would be. If you want to go in, we could.
Kind of low, but I don't know.
10 seconds on
we
ult.
can get him.
No, Poppy's coming. Junk it.
Yeah, I
Nope,
just got
no, she's
chunked.
not. No, she's not.
Crazy.
No, we can go in.
I'm so low.
I got you. I got you.
It was so low, like I got ulted by Graves. And life is just like
Yeah, I
gone.
gotta go. I gotta go back up top.
Who questions my ability?
If Braum would have hit me, I would have backed out.
Shut down.
Very nice. Good job.
Flashed for that.
That's alright.
My journey's only beginning.
An enemy has been slain.
No.
You got it.
That was close.
Dropped it.
Never settle for second.
I'm in troubles.
Adapt to all situations.
I'm gonna clear that and go.
An enemy has been slain.
Where is this? What is this? I can't think of it. Dust Blade.
My place is at the top.
Yeah, Duskblade got a nerf, but it's still like one of the best things for an assassin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like its damage went down quite a bit, but
yeah, I'm not gonna be building tank just because I'm not gonna out tank Poppy.
no.
Show me the path.
I figure I can out damage with a good ult. That'll help me fight Poppy as well.
Yeah, I don't think with this team
Every
we
mistake.
can fight him very well, but we can definitely fight him.
I think we do okay team fight. Not. It's probably about even. I mean, it depends on who gets the better ult, you know?
Well, just between like the Orianna and Braum.
That's true. Braum.
Was alone. Poppy kind of pushing you around.
Oh, again, eh? Oh, I didn't know you were coming. I would have kept going. I had to back out. Sorry.
It's alright.
Put me to the test.
Yeah, if you were coming, I would have stayed. I would have done my ult. I just didn't know you were coming. I got a pink word in this one here.
My place is at the
An
top.
ally has been slain.
It was still red real quick. Okay. You don't have to go right now, but I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Who questions my ability?
I'd go for it. You got me. I think with that, doing her ult, you're gonna have to get on both sides of her, so only one of us gets knocked away.
Yep, that's what I did. So I just kind of sat on the side of her.
My journey begins.
Enemy has been slain.
Try to get this turret down. Yeah, I'm making it.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
Has destroyed.
Adapt to all situations.
An ally has been slain.
Every mistake is a lesson.
Pretty even.
Bring me a
My
real
Jin was
challenge.
popping off, now he's kind of getting wrecked.
Show me the path.
We could do this. Yeah, we could do this. Oh, we just warded it.
We can still do it.
No, we have to team fight it. I'm not gonna let us have that for free.
Who questions my ability?
Now we can catch. Oh. Grace is out. Oh no. See that? See, they're looking for a fight.
My journey's only beginning.
We could probably do it now if we cleared
Yeah,
that.
I think it's still worded.
Yeah, it is.
They would know as soon as we jumped on it. It's not even really that worth.
Gives good pressure if you can get a lane open. Have a push without
Okay,
anyone
just-
there, but I think it's going to be pushing green here anytime.
It's got like 45 seconds, I think. It's like 15 or so seconds before.
do it.
Might as well do it. Force the fight. I mean,
Yeah, we got it. I'm coming in. Boom, boom. If I would have had flash, that would have been totally easy to pull off. Still freaking 2 minutes off of it.
My place is at the top.
Okay. So now that I'm in, I'm actually gonna go bottom. I got teleport, and I got the eye. So if you guys can draw them.
Yeah. Oh, I need you back. I haven't backed forever. I have like almost 50k gold.
Oh, you're good. You're good. 2 minutes on drag.
Show me the path.
What do you think would be good?
So I'm gonna go ahead and push this. And cause some pressure. I really wish our support would ward this bottom lane area where I'm at.
Adapt to all situations.
I'm not gonna push. You guys aren't doing much right now. Yeah, Poppy's here now. I'm gonna go top now and push.
Second.
Poppy's pushing bottom, then I can push top. Oh,
Bring me.
got breaks. Dang. I need to use this soon. Oh!
Oh, nice.
Let's get this done.
Sweet.
Yep, you got it. See if we're gonna get a free tower now.
I didn't even hit that.
Free towers and pressure. Alright, better back off. Woohoo!
Squad up.
Which means our mid should be getting it. Might be able to get someone over here. Oh, okay.
Questions my ability.
That hurt.
Yeah, he's like the most fed on their team. That's why I got some ninja tabbies.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
My place.
Oh boy. What?
Ally has been slain.
1Q chunked my life so much.
Dang, dude. Come at me,
HP.
boys.
Gates. Oh.
Oh, mommy. Nope, 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 nope,
Just speed
nope,
up again,
nope.
right? Nope. Surprised they didn't take
You got it.
Dragon.
Your turret has been destroyed.
They probably will have.
I almost got that freaking thing open, dude.
God, they still didn't take Dragon.
Every mistake is a lesson.
That was gonna pull their attention more, but they didn't really care, did they? Almost lost a turret that I had like another
Yeah,
second.
they sent some people.
Never settle for second.
Sent Ori and then Ezra ult, but not much like else. Might be able to get that done. That ain't happening. Oh, I got stunned. We lost support early on. And Vladimir for some reason. Why did he need to be a hero? Oh my god.
Oh, if I had a lead or something.
Alright, we just pop that. That was good.
Who questions my ability?
I really need that top turret too. Too many minions. I can't go up there.
Adapt to all situations. Every mistake is a lesson.
Go in. That's really fast. Ouch.
Got enough for a couple abilities is all.
Yeah. Alright. Get this. Going in. Put a ward down, dude. Oh my god. I'm almost there.
Oh, there's a ward. Closer to us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Dude, freaking ran
I
just
jumped
in
into
time.
his
Yeah.
hammer shot.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Maybe.
He's jumping over. Yeah, he's gonna jump over.
He's popping off. No.
Yeah, he got that one. And he's dead.
Figured he had one.
He got two. He got two of them. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got two.
He's got the one.
Oh, maybe he's got
got
one.
zombies. They're gonna get Barra.
Dang it, that sucks. I thought I was gonna do more damage to him, but he just wrecked me.
You got it.
8-4? Holy cow.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage.
He's carrying his team, honestly.
Show me the path.
Problem is, our Vladimir got behind way too early.
Just right stuff. Is that all?
I've got teleport, let me know if I need it.
Never settle for second.
We could get a catch on some of their squishier ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially like visual.
So much damage. Insane. with Baron, dude. That was with Baron.
Yeah. I caught one of those kills, so I technically stole his Baron.
Yeah, right. He kind of backed off when he was reloading. He probably kept walking up and he would have got it.
I'm not gonna just not to the kill. It was like pretty early on though, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait and word on this minion. That was nice.
Bring me a
Yeah, Jin is huge. I think I got my last evolve too.
Back out. None of that.
adapt to all situations.
No.
I think it's good. I hate being freaking slow. Oh, no, get out.
Yeah. See, they're about to collapse on us.
Yeah, it's really like Vladimir was kind of missing.
Really take this fight.
Oh, every time I think he's down.
Popping into a wall. So bad.
I got so many flashes though, I can never get them. It's always one flash. They're all grouped and they just flash around.
Yeah. As soon as I jumped in, Poppy pushed me into the wall.
Yeah,
I
think they're kind of
like
expecting
instantly.
it.
Yeah. So I was saying, like, their team fights really good.
It's if I could just get my ult
We just have
on
to
'em.
catch.
Yeah, well that's the thing is last time, you know, you caught them and there was more of them than we had out. But it's the fact that they overextended even with Baron. You know, 5 versus 3. They lost that. They should have probably technically won it. Like right now, Bomb. We're gonna get our karma yet again. Not good. Now we gotta creep.
My place is at the top.
This karma is constantly dead, dude.
She's squishy.
Might be able to get these
My
guys.
journey's only beginning.
We're down a couple guys.
Yeah,
Although Poppy's not there.
That's what I'm saying though. Poppy's not there. Brom's
Could probably collapse.
He's coming back right now. There it is. Back off.
Adapt to all situations.
Oh, give it to me. Okay, let's push top. It's probably all the way healed by now.
I thought I could take him because I was like isolated. I think my damage would have been higher than his. He was just so fast.
You got it.
We might be able to get
Might
the
be able to
tower.
get this. Yeah, oh, dude, yeah.
It might have healed up quite a bit though.
Yeah, a little bit. No. Not there.
Chunk.
Oh, the Vlad's fighting, dude.
Might be able to bear it.
Oh my gosh. I got stunned forever. Oh my god. I got pushed in that wall, and it just took so long to get back. Because Braum stunned me, the Poppy stunned me. I was just stunned that whole time. That was fun.
Yeah.
My place is at the top.
I got this bottom piece, and I got teleported up.
It's funny how we have like the exact same build.
Yeah.
Going for yeah, GA.
Just try to stop me.
The assassin build.
Waiting for this.
Might be able to steal an elder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going Baron.
My journey's only begins.
Uh-oh. We don't have any words on it.
We should have just
Yeah.
dragged.
Yeah, you can stop. The disengage is so good. Karma! Put down your sightstone, man. Where is your sightstone? You don't have that?
Yeah.
Show me the path. Adapt to all situations.
What are you doing? That won't work. Get out.
Oh no.
Enemy triple kill.
United.
Oh my gosh. Karma. Come on, dude. This Karma is screwing us by dying so quickly.
Yeah, she got caught out.
Oh, I know, but she went for the fight. It's like Karma can run, you know? It's not like she just has to stop and fight.
1 in 8.
Wow. She didn't have Baron warded, and then she gets caught out of Dragon. Like, the two worst things that could happen for us. Karma does both.
Every mistake is a lesson. Show me the path. Wuju style. My journey's only beginning.
There's Ezreal down here. We're pushing bottom.
Yeah, they're pushing bottom.
Who questions my ability?
Why is Vlad not going? What is going on? If he would have came like 10 hours earlier, we wouldn't even lost that freaking tower. I don't know what he's doing. Look at his nose.
I have no idea. It was so weird. He was just sitting there.
He was just sitting there. Like, what the fuck? I got the mid thing now.
Yeah. That was
Even
good.
this out. This team
My
is
journey's only beginning.
Karma's getting caught out and Vladimir's picking his nose in the jungle. Like, I don't understand it. It's like totally winnable. We just keep making these like weird things. Like, hi team, can we just do something together?
Adapt to all situations.
Yeah, just bottom. I'm gonna try and push bottom. Get this tower first. Or not. Looks like we're gonna fight.
Yeah, they're gonna probably try to fight us here.
Questions my ability.
No, we don't have our ADC. We don't have our ADC. We don't have our ADC. What level is this? This can't be gold.
It's a little weird in Black 6. Sometimes you'll get teammates that are higher and some that are like super low.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna give us the gold. Nice.
Carried us.
Yeah, he did.
Carried Vlad and Karma.
Oh my gosh, that Vlad and Karma makes so many mistakes. It's incredible that we even came back from that.
Ooh, I got my ticket.
Very nice. I leveled up.
Oh, I forgot to vote for you.
It's okay. I'm not worried about it.
I was like, ooh. You're like, why did you vote for me?
Why didn't you vote? I went to vote for Jin, then I was like, I'll just vote for Fuser instead.
Yeah, you gave it to me. I did like nothing that game.
Yeah,
Our damage. It's funny how our like builds are almost the same, and our damage was like the same.
I know.
But we didn't do that much.
Well, it's because it made it kind of hard when Ezreal just flashes away.
Couldn't really go in. Like
No, it was tough.
They did so much damage because they had poke. Like we
Well,
couldn't go in.
That's the thing is Ezreal with that slow is so annoying. It's like I had the hardest time catching up to him, and at the end I finally got him, but it was like barely by
Yeah.
the hair of my freaking chin.
Yeah, like flash ulted or whatever.
I flash, jumped, and then ulted, and barely got him.
Yeah, and he knocked up, and I like jumped right on him too.
I even died during that. I died with the GA, so it's lucky I got that. Oh.
Oh, forgot. I can't talk to you if I'm not in party.
I just have to play again.
I better go to bed though. But I've been trying to go to bed a little earlier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But are we gonna try to play tomorrow? Like
I want to. I'm just
the
gonna
Clash
browse.
thing?
I'm just gonna browse like the forums and be like, yo,
Yeah.
there's got to be someone.
Well, let me see what this is all about because I haven't really read the info on it. This says lock-in phase 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. PDT.
Yeah,
so that's
six our time.
6.
Yeah.
And it's like a tournament.
Yeah, you just.
Do you only
just
get to play like
game.
one?
I think you play one game is it, and then the next day you play another game, and the next day you play another game, or maybe you play like multiple. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, it says Friday 4-team.
I feel like you play 2 games on Friday because it's like it's a 4-team bracket or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, so what it is Friday there's just a 4-team bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whoever wins the
Move
game
on.
basically goes to the finals.
Yeah.
Then you can win on Friday. And then
Yeah.
Saturday it's out of 8 teams. And Sunday is out of 16.
Yeah, that makes sense. So. Yeah. I just thought it'd be fun to try it, but I don't know if we're gonna even be able to get a team together because I feel like
I think it goes off of your rank too. Like you get matched up with people similar rank.
Well, you can match with anyone at any level, but the higher it weights more people. Like if you're a higher ranked
Right,
person,
so
it ranks more to that.
Right.
Can't have like 4 bronze and then one like one like
Challenger.
challenger and think that's gonna do you well. You know what I mean?
Prizes. Let's see. Victory points, capsules, and icons.
Not very good, but it's something.
I want some money.
I know, right?
Where's the money?
Where's my money?
First place gets $100.
I feel like first place should get like $100. That would be sweet. $100 for everyone, $500.
Or just in-game credit, like $100.
Oh, dude, that would be sick. I could finally get that skin up in the mire.
I haven't bought a skin forever. There's so many that I
haven't
want
either.
to.
I
get enough through like chests and stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't even feel like I'm like, oh, I'll just wait and get a random skin.
That's what I wonder is if how many people haven't bought skins now that they got this system going.
But yeah, because I've been getting a ton of skins like in like the last year.
Yeah.
Do you know I actually only have 3 champions left to unlock?
Really?
Yep, Lowy, Nami, and LeBlanc.
I have what 12, 4,
2
8,
Tentacle.
10. I have 10 champions left. I haven't really played that much. I've still got Fiora, Vayne, Cassiopeia. A lot of champions. I just have no interest in. Like
You have
maybe
no
Fiora.
Vayne?
I don't even have Vayne. This whole.
I just
life
barely
of
unlocked
League.
Cassiopeia.
Did you? I
Yeah,
just
I've never
haven't-
played her.
Cassiopeia has never interested me Vayne has never really interested me. Fiora never interested me. X-Wrath never interested me. I finally got Victor just to like trade with you, but you don't even play him anymore. So
Yeah, I don't even play mid anymore.
I mean, I got Malhazar, Kennen, Vel'Koz, Bracken. I even enjoy Vel'Koz. I haven't bought him.
Cannon's fun, except he's just not good right now.
I don't know. And then obviously I don't have Zoe or Kaisa because I just haven't.
Yeah, I haven't played Kaisa, but I did get her.
Oh, did you?
Just because, like, yeah, because, like, I guess she's okay at jungling. But, so I thought I was going to play her, and then I just never did. I don't really like playing new champions.
I
wanna
don't
be one of
mind
those
it.
people that, like, oh yeah, it's my new main is the next champion that came out.
Yeah. No, I don't do that, but I do. I don't mind playing him once in a while. Like I played
Yeah.
what's his bucket when he first came out, and now I don't even see him anymore.
Echo?
No, not Echo. What's his name? The guy who rides his little beast around.
Oh, Kled.
Kled. I used to when he first came out. I just started playing him, and it was so hilarious because no one knew how to fight him. So
Yeah.
had some pretty good games at that point, but then they
Yeah,
kind of
I hate people that are really good with him because, like,
yeah, you can be annoying.
yeah, because it's like, oh, I almost had him dead, and then he got all that health back.
Apparently, Jungle Trinimir is like #1. What?
Really? What are you looking at right now?
Champion.gg.
Oh, he does have the highest win rate.
He just doesn't have play percent. It's like 0.79. It's ridiculously low. And then it's Warwick. I can see that Warwick is really fun. I love playing that new guy.
Warwick's really good, yeah. Yeah, the overall performance, Kozik's way up there. He just gets a lot of gold.
Yeah.
That's just basically gold intake.
Yeah, well, that's essentially what it is. The faster you can clear the jungle, so it's like you can see a lot of people are like attack speed in there.
That's what I kind of look at because, well, I don't know. That's kind of misleading because a lot of them are like assassins. Of course, assassins are going to get a lot of gold, but it doesn't mean they're going to end up winning the game in the end, you know?
Well, we struggled there at the end. I was kind of getting worried, and all of a sudden that team fight really turned for us. That Graves stepped out and just was so dumb. I don't know what he was doing, but he just like stepped out and got blown away.
Yeah, we shouldn't have won that game. They had 2 Baron. We never even got a Baron.
Never got a Baron. They got Elder Dragon. I mean, the only thing that really saved us though is the fact that I got that middle thing down, and then that our Jhin
you
was
went for
like
that.
yeah, and then our Jhin was like popping off. So.
Oh yeah, he was doing so much damage.
Well, the thing is, though, is he was able to sit back and just like destroy people while we were like getting wrecked in the front. So they were so worried about us that Jhin just had free reigns in most of those fights. You know, when
as soon as we could get him on their run, I felt like we were like that's when we were gonna win.
Exactly.
When they were all spread out and running away.
Well, they lost Graves, and immediately they start to like back off. But Braum ran up to try and save him, and he got destroyed. And after they lost Braum, they were just in full retreat, and we just picked them off one by one.
I don't think I ever got hit by an Oriole. Like I saw a couple go off.
I got hit once, and that's when I like got the mid thing and then poured it in, and then I immediately like did my little clone, but she already like threw it out and tried to get me. It was just me, and so it's like. That's why we won that one team fight down there, because she threw out her ult. It was just really retarded.
Yeah, I was like doing no damage when it was like I was throwing my W out, just like a little poke damage, but it was like nothing. Like their guys were so tanky that it did no damage.
Yeah,
I was doing nothing unless I could get them out in like the open.
Yeah, no, that's.
So it was kind of a bad. Our team comp was pretty bad against theirs. They just played really bad.
Yeah.
Like they should have won that easy. Like that comp, and they were doing it fairly well. They just would make a couple mistakes.
Well, I mean, come on though. I mean, we made some horrible mistakes. Like I think at the first we were doing really good. Like I almost took down the top like by myself after you guys went mid, and I almost got that down. Never got it down actually, but. It's like I think our beginning was actually really good, and then all of a sudden we just started making these horrible mistakes. And when I say we, I mean Karma. Like Karma made some horrible mistakes, and then like our Vlad.
Don't lump her in with us.
Well, think about it though.
I'm
Like
just
that
kidding,
last,
yeah.
we won one fight where they had Baron, and we won a second fight where they had Baron and Elder Dragon, and it's
Yeah.
because like they just like messed up so hard.
Jin was like wrecking people.
And we were down a Vlad at the time. We were down Vlad. And they
Yeah.
had 5v4.
Yeah, he didn't really do much that game. Like he got some damage, but like he when we really needed him, he was
He
like
just
not
was
doing
always
anything.
late to the fight. Like he was always just not around, and then all of a sudden he'd show up like at the end where it's like
Or
either we've already
AFKing in
lost or what.
jungle.
Yeah, well, what was that at the end there? I felt like we could have not lost a tower, and you know what I mean. It would have been a little bit better fight had he like walked in, did his ult when I did mine, because I got all 5 of them. But when you're like fighting 4v5 and they're buffed up with Elder Dragon and Baron, it's like we kind of need Vlad's ult to like increase the damage.
Mm-hmm.
He like shows up at the end. It's like, what the?
Did you watch any basketball, like Jazz games or anything?
I haven't too much, but I've heard the Jazz doing really good. Actually, have a pretty
Yeah,
good
they
shot.
made the playoffs. I think they start Saturday. Well, I think the Jazz play Sunday, but playoffs start this weekend.
You think the Jazz are gonna win this first round?
They have a chance.
Man, they always get in the freaking finals and then they just lose. So
They
I've
always
never been
choke.
hyped. I've never been hyped.
Yeah, they have a good team. It's
I've
just
al-
depending if they show up.
Yeah, well, after Stockton and Carmelo, I've never been hyped because it's just like every time everyone's like, "Oh, the Jazz made it. And they got a great team." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and all of a sudden we just lose. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean they put a couple decent teams together, but it wasn't anything that was going to win a championship. Like every time, well, it's kind of hard to nowadays. It's like there's all this super teams where it's like all the all stars join one team.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for like normal like small market teams like the Jazz to like do anything.
That's so weird to me that like these teams keep on like gathering all these players, and it's like I get it, but back in the day, you used to have like a little bit of like team pride, you know?
Right.
Because like you
There
had
wasn't
back in
as
the day,
much
like
trading.
in the 80s. Yeah, well, exactly. Plus, back in the 80s, it's like you had like the Detroit Pistons, who were just like these rough, gruff guys against like Jordan and the Bulls. Like, that was the rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I read a thing
funny
where
back
it's
then.
like,
It was like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I was just reading back. I was reading like about that when Dennis Rodman, he was one of the Detroit Pistons, who was just like beating up on Jordan. Those guys when they go over there, when he joined Chicago, they like they spoke to him on the court, you know, but like off the court, they never like hung out with him or anything, like never talked to him or nothing.
Yeah, I heard they didn't get along very well.
Well, it's because he was part of that like bad boy Detroit Pistons. Like if you look that up and watch all that, it's just like those guys were beating people up on the court basically. So.
Yeah, it was funny how like back then, where it was like whatever team drafted you was like, oh, I guess that's where I'm gonna play all.
I live and die here.
18 years.
Yep.
Now it's like you get drafted somewhere, and it's like once you became good, it's like, all right, what super team am I gonna join?
Jeez, yeah, that's essentially what it is, though, because it's just like, I don't know, people just don't have any team pride or like want to improve where they're at. They're just looking over and they're like,
no
that
loyalty.
looks good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I didn't think Gordon Hayward would leave. Like even though like I don't think the Jazz would ever win with him as the leader. Like he was a fun player to watch.
Yeah, well, exactly. I never thought he was gonna leave, and all of a sudden he does, and as soon as he does, breaks his freaking legs. So.
First game in like the first quarter.
Bad
I was
luck,
actually
man.
watching that game too, and I was like,
really?
oh no, it's like karma a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind
of leave your team hanging, and then.
I mean, that's why you don't do that thing, because holy cow, he really took. Oh my gosh. And then I liked it was like, yeah, he might be back in a couple months. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, he like twisted his leg all the way around.
Yeah.
Or his ankle. He's gonna be gone for a while. Like I'm sure he'll play next year, but maybe he won't even be at the start of next year. Like that's a pretty bad injury.
That's what I'm saying though. Like I don't know. Maybe the same thing would happen in Utah Jazz. Like dodged a bullet, but I mean, I don't know.
I think they're better off for it because the
Oh yeah.
Kind of the rookie that they have, Donovan Mitchell, the guy that's been doing really well. Like he's scoring just as many points as Hayward did, and he's
Mm-hmm.
only a rookie. So it took like Hayward like 7 seasons to average 20 points. Anyway, and I kind of want to start playing basketball again before I'm too old and I can't play anymore. But I haven't even
mean,
played in like a year and a
yeah.
half.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be too hard. Me and you could get together, and then we just have to find a couple other dudes who want to like shoot
Yeah.
around and play some basketball.
Like,
I mean,
I used to go to Gold's. Well, I guess like Gold's Gym anymore, but I used to play pickup games there. But I didn't like a lot of the people that were there.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is if we could like get a little small group, but
Go to like the Washington Rec Center or something.
yeah, like Washington Rec Center,
They're
you could
pretty
do like
good.
outside basketball courts. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's
just
true.
get an
I
outside
I don't
basketball.
really know where to play anymore. It's like I used to play.
There's one by a school that I know that's pretty much abandoned, so it's like it'd be pretty. I don't know, be all right to try it on. But I know,
Yeah, I want to
some
get back
people
into that
like
though.
play at the churches, but
I used to do that when I lived in Winchester Hills. Like there was
Yeah.
a church right down the street, and I knew a bunch of people that had the key to it, and we'd just go play like 8 o'clock when no one was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it'd be fun to get some pickup basketball going, but
Yeah, it's strange because like that's how I always stayed in shape. Was I played a lot of basketball.
yeah.
Go and play for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, and I was like, I just tricked myself into doing so much cardio. You know, like you get a lot of calories burned running and playing basketball.
Well, that's the thing is it's basically the same for me. It's like once I got married and even had a child, it's like it's so hard to get out, you know? Like,
yeah. Like we go hiking on the weekend, but
yeah.
I feel like I'm not in good shape right now.
I know I'm not. I got so fat. Like not really that big, but big, you know? Like
Yeah, it's like I'm getting that. It's just weird because it's like I was always skinny when I was younger. Now I have like a
well,
little
the
tummy.
metabolism and everything just like stacks against you. So
it catches up to you. Yeah,
it totally does. Well, it's because you start working, so then you're tired after work, and you're just like, I just want to be home.
And then you just sit and eat a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because you don't get to eat
eat.
You don't get to eat much like at work, like unless you like go out and buy food, and you're like, nope. So literally, I bring food. My wife prepares food for me, and I just like go to the fridge and pick it up and go. And sometimes it's like, well, no food. Okay, well, I guess I'm eating at Wendy's, right? Like,
yeah.
even then, I try to buy like the $4 meal, or even like the just buy.
Yeah, those are pretty cheap actually.
Yeah, the $4 is pretty good.
Even like when you go to the grocery store and you're trying to make meals for like cheap, it's like sometimes you can't get it for under like $4 or $5 a person. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because you have to buy all the ingredients.
That's why I try to like buy in bulk and have like tuna fish sandwich and just like all like the cheapest things.
Yeah, we do a lot of sandwiches for lunch and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing you really can do to get it like really cheap and really easy to like take around. You can't just like have you know, like
we like to make tacos and like we added it up. We're spending like $20 on the taco stuff. That it's like we could have went to Taco Bell for like 10.
You guys spent $20 on your tacos?
Well, it's probably like 15 or so, but it was quite a bit because it's like once you buy the hamburger, it's like $6. You buy like tortillas and cheese, and
that's why I've kind of like gone to like buying more bulky things. So like when we make tacos, I was trying to think how much taco, you know, like how much we spend on taco stuff, and it's like lettuce, tomato, the salsa,
cheese,
but the difference is you're not using it all in that one setting, right? So it's like it should be.
Well, the hamburger you do.
Yeah, but it's like I buy the 3-pound meat. I buy the 3-pound meat because it's like because then we just eat like 3 beef meals in 3 days, right? So that way the beef don't go bad after you open it. So you eat
like the seasonings like $1, so it's like everything adds up.
It's you're probably right. It's probably like $10, but the difference is like you don't use all the salsa usually. You don't use all the lettuce and all the tomatoes.
We actually buy like a big thing of salsa because we always like have
Yeah.
chips and salsa.
Yeah, well, that's
Like,
the difference. That's what we do too. We buy a ton of salsa and chips. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I still think obviously I think buying from the grocery store, if you do it right, can be cheaper because I've seen it myself where it's like
yeah.
I'll make tacos and then I'll have tacos for lunch, and sometimes like just depends. Like I'll even have like tacos for dinner if there's still leftovers, but
hmm
normally by then it's out.
Yeah, my
I mean,
wife will
it's
have
like
like
two
two, and I'll
meals.
have like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have like 5 tacos, and my wife will have like two.
Yeah, well, it's about the same for me. Where it's like I'll have like freaking 4 tacos and then like another 3 tacos for lunch or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I've just been noticing that by not eating out so much, like, do you use a budget? Like anything that budgets your money or anything like that? Oh, you there? Don't leave me.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Yeah, what happened?
Oh, I think it's because I went away. And my client.
Oh, you minimized
If
it
you're
or
away,
something?
then I wasn't
Oh,
minimized, but I think like I went
you
like
just didn't move
AFK
your
on.
mouse. Yeah. Yeah.
I had it minimized and I was on a
Does
browser,
it really
but
do that? That's weird.
I think that
Oh,
it does
it
that.
does do that. Yeah, because then when I,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
hear
it
you.
does. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
I figured that's what it was.
Yeah,
Because
it
once like
was.
I went up here, it switched from like OA to online. I was like, oh,
Interesting. Yeah, no. Do you use like a budget thing?
we budget for everything but food, and we figure I mean, we do eat out a lot, and we probably spend way too much money on food a month.
I just,
But we don't know what like a good like budget to have for like 2 people, for food. I
um,
heard it was like 250 a person or something like that, or
yeah,
200.
yeah. So like, I I actually have mine at 300 for groceries, right? That includes like,
That for like your whole family.
yeah, that's for my whole family. So like Leo
It's pretty
included,
cheap.
but he
I
doesn't.
think we
Obviously,
know
he doesn't eat that much. So
because is your son like a year old now?
yeah, he's a year and 2. So.
I forget what they eat when they're at that age. They're not eating like formula.
No, they eat real food. Yeah, he's eating hamburger and celery and carrots and all sorts of
A
things.
lot
You
of
just
what
have
you
to
guys
kind
are
of, yeah. So basically, whenever we go and eat out, we don't get anything for him. We just feed him off our plate, right? So
right,
I
right.
mean, so it's essentially like I don't count him in the budget yet because I don't think he
Yeah.
eats enough to even like make a dent in it. So
Yeah.
um, but I've always had it about $300. And at first I had it like $300 like fast food and groceries, but I found that I
Gee.
had to add like $80 to the fast
Yeah.
food just to like budget it correctly. Cause like after like 2 or 3 months, I was like, we're always going over budget on groceries, and most of it's because of like fast food, and that's the thing that would eat
hmm
up like so much of the budget. It's just like we'd eat out like 2 or 3 times, and it's like, oh, there's $40 down. So it's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Whereas like you go shopping, you can spend 30 and eat for like 2 or 3 meals. So.
Yeah, we are probably spending like double what you're on food, but we so it's like every other night it seems like we cook one night and then we out the next night. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like we probably spend a little over 500 probably a month just on food that way because we don't go to like drive-throughs when we eat
Right.
out. We'll go to like Cafe Rio or we'll go to like Subway one night or get a pizza or like just stuff like that, stuff that's like
Mm-hmm.
between like $7 and $8 a person probably,
Mm-hmm.
and that gets expensive.
No, it does. That's how come I
And
tried to like.
we're still saving money because we were like in a we both have full-time jobs and
Mm-hmm.
she's making more
Oh,
than I am.
I'm
It's like we're
I'm
still
sure you
saving
guys are
money, but
making
we're
more
like
than I am put together.
we could be saving so much more. At
Well,
least $200 more if we
to,
just didn't eat out as so much. But it's hard. Like especially me. Like I get home and I'm just like not wanting to do anything. Like we have to take care of the dog when we get home. We have other things.
mm-hmm.
and I'm just so tired. All I want to do is sit and watch TV or like, you know,
Yeah, I know, I
on the
get it.
computer or something. So
Yeah.
that's like, oh, now we have to like eat or like prepare a meal and then clean up after and like
Yeah, no, that's what gets the hardest thing though, is because
it's
I
like, do we
mean,
just want to go get food? It's like, okay, we'll just go get food.
see, I wish that's half of me all the time. It's just like I just want to eat out, but then I know it's like it just eats into my budget. So the thing that I noticed is if you um like on Sunday, right? So me and Anna get together and we usually say like what are we gonna have like throughout the week? We plan our
Mm,
dinners. And basically what we do is we take our dinners and we just assume like there's gonna be leftovers for the lunch, right? And if there's not, then we just
right.
have sandwiches.
So it's like your meal you're spending money on for dinner is now your lunch for the next day.
Exactly. So that's kind of how we do it, where it's like
You just make a little bit more.
well, I mean,
But,
we just make like a pound. It's usually just like so if we buy the beef, we buy like 3 pounds worth, and you get it for a little bit
mm,
cheaper because you're buying it all in one bulk, right?
mm,
And that's because I used to buy like 1 pound, and it was $5 a pound, which would be $15, right? If you bought 3 pounds, except if you buy the 3 pound one, it's like $12 or $11, right? So you get basically 1 pound for free. Um,
uh-huh.
so then I buy the 3 pounds, and then I try to just measure it out to be about a pound. I mean, it's give and take, right? So,
Yep.
anywho, we cook it, and for whatever reason, most of our food is like we just add like a lot of vegetables or like potatoes or something, and so you don't eat
Buy your
too.
veggies and stuff
Yeah,
in bulk.
yeah. So it's like a lot of bulk things. Like we have a casserole, we have um, tacos, we have um, what's another one? Oh, spaghetti. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and a
That's
lot of
another
it.
thing. My wife and me don't really cook very often. Like we're not like, well, I'm not saying not cook, but we're not very good at it. So like we only have a certain like limited amount of things that like we really know how to make.
Yeah,
So it's like we both need to get better at that. Like I don't know, we've been saying we were going to ever since we got married, and it's like we still haven't. Like we were better in the first couple months of like only eating grocery,
yeah.
from the grocery store and not out
It's
as much. But it
it's
gets hard.
hard. Yeah, it's hard. I get it because me and Anna, when she was pregnant, I believe we ate out like way much more than we ever like. I mean, because it's like I'm hungry. It's like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's like 9 o'clock
And
at
she's
night,
not
and I don't
gonna.
want to cook, and
Yeah,
she's not gonna cook, so
yeah, exactly.
it's like we got it. And a lot of times she was craving pizza, so we ate tons of pizza when she was pregnant. So,
Yep. Yeah,
but
you
yeah,
gotta let them eat what they want to eat when they're pregnant,
yeah.
right?
I never really restricted her on anything, so. But that's the thing though is the two things I found that helped us was planning the meals out like on Sunday, and you just plan out the full like
Mm.
week. And then what I
You
do
guys
is
go shopping like every week.
I go shopping basically every day since I work next to Walmart. Like my workplace is
Uh,
next to Walmart, and then I drive past Smith's, so I stop at like
Pick up stuff.
yeah. So Anna gets on there and says, "Oh, it's cheaper at Smith's. Buy it at Smith's," right? So then we do it kind of like a
Mm.
price shopping. So she'll make a shopping list, and we'll make it while we're planning it out. It takes like an hour sometimes, just or 30 minutes. It just depends, if you're like deliberating what we need. Sometimes it's just like the old standby of like spaghetti, green bean casserole,
Right.
hamburgers, right? Like boom, ba bing, ba boom, like just tossing them
Yeah.
out there. And so a lot of times when we do that, it actually makes it easier because then when you're done like working, or if you already have the food at home, like so I'll buy a lot of the all the things that we need besides like maybe the things that will perish really quickly, like the day
Hmm.
all on Monday, right? So I'll go shopping on Monday and buy everything, and then that whole week I never have to shop, so I just get home from work and then I just like cook, or she cooks, and buy, you know what I mean, it's just like done. So
Mm.
it's one of those things like once you have it already planned and you've already bought the things, you're kind of committed to it more. rather than like
Right, you have to do it, or else you know
yeah.
your stuff will go bad.
Well, and the thing is I notice like when we just like say like yeah we'll get it, and then we don't go shopping, and I get done with work, I'm like I'm too tired to shop. I don't want to shop. Let's get eat out, right? Like it's much
Right.
easier just like you get home and you're just like nah, I'm not gonna shop. Let's just eat out, you know. And it still
Yeah.
happens. Like it's not like it doesn't, but it doesn't happen as often. When I notice we plan on Sunday, we plan it out. I get it on Monday, you know, like you're just committed to it, and that way, like if you get everything that you need on Monday, besides like I don't even know. Lately, it's just been I've been getting everything on Monday, and it lasts us throughout the week, all the way to Friday. And
Mm,
then Saturday,
yeah.
what we do is we eat out for lunch on Saturday, and then we have like a light dinner or something. So
Mm.
kind of reward us for working hard, and then the weekend we get to enjoy ourselves. You know what I mean? So,
Right, like eat out and yeah, don't have to like cook too much.
kind of like
Yeah.
rewarding yourself type of thing. So it's worked out really nicely actually. We've stayed within budget by doing that, just because we plan everything out on Sunday and then we buy things on Monday. So then it's like the rest of the week it's like I don't have to be like, oh, I gotta go shopping. And it still happens
Mm.
like throughout the week. Anna will send me for other things like deodorant, toothpaste, whatever. But it's different,
Mm.
you know. So I don't know. I mean, you could try it and see if that helps you. The other
Yeah.
thing, though, is that I signed up for Mint.com, right? And there's an app too, but I think it's easier to set up on a desktop and then
Mm.
look at it on your mobile. But you can set up like budgets, right? So like I budgeted everything, and then you can add like an email. So like you can add your wife, and then she can put it on hers, and it'll show like all the transactions you make like
You have
automatically
to
if you like.
your account.
Yeah, you have to hook up your bank account. I don't know if you're gun shy
Oh,
about that, but
well, we have Mountain America, and there's actually an app, but it was kind of confusing. Like, I felt like it didn't. It took some charges and put them in the wrong category.
yeah,
So like you weren't getting the right, you know,
budget.
like yeah. So it was like kind of weird. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna use it. And then it was like, we have like two different bank accounts, so
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard to be like the budget because I wouldn't know because she pays for food sometimes and I pay for food sometimes. So it's like I'm only getting like partial of the information, you know. So it was
Yeah.
like
Well, what I did is I got
checking.
an extra credit card for my wife, so she uses the same credit card as me, and that's tied to my bank account. But this is more because, and we were the same. We still have two bank accounts, but her bank account we just don't even use since she's not working anymore. So that's why it works for us. You know, it's like
Yeah.
she's using the same card. Like I feel like we'd still probably do the same, except I'd probably have her like transfer money over to me, like like whatever she spent on the card, like just you can keep track of it, you know.
So I think we were gonna merge our accounts, but we went into Mountain America and they were like, no, you just have to make a new account and transfer all your money to it.
That's
And we
dumb.
have so many things that like that get pulled out of our account and we'd have to change. And then
Yeah.
it was like after you add up all that stuff, you're like, oh, it's not even worth it. We'll just keep doing it the way we're
Yeah,
doing it.
exactly. No, that's dumb. I have Wells Fargo, and I know it's all evil and everything, but I mean, I haven't been screwed by them yet, so. But we,
Well, that Mountain America is a good one too. I mean, we went in, like I said, and like it just seemed like it was gonna be too much of a hassle to like switch everything over. So we're like, well, we'll just
that's
hers
so
is kind of this.
weird. I
Okay,
feel
like
like
the major-
that's like the easiest thing to do is just like merge two accounts rather than
I
like
think
create a
so.
new one. I don't know.
But then it's like all our, work, we get direct deposits to both our different accounts and like
You'd have to
bills
change that, yeah.
automatically pull. For, we have,
Yeah.
all the different we have like insurances and
Yeah.
utility.
Well, see, that's the thing is we were gonna merge ours and we just never did because it was just like, well, I actually kind of like the idea of one being like our savings account type of thing, and the other one being like the spend account. So mine.
That's kind of how we have it now.
Yeah.
I mean, she pays for a lot of the little stuff, and I pay for like the big stuff like rent, the car payment, like health insurance.
Yeah. No, see,
And
that's.
she pays for food and like like utilities and internet and stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, but the thing is, at least you guys are like good about that. You know what I mean? Like using your two accounts. I've talked to my coworkers, and some of them are like, whoa, you let your wife see your bank account? It's like, yeah, she's got like every little eye on it, you know. She can see if I spend $1. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, we don't have that. Like, I don't know her account and she doesn't know mine, but I mean, we let each other know. And I've kind of got it to where I'm paying enough of the bills that, like, I only save a little bit every month.
mm-hmm.
I'm paying a chunk of everything, and then hers is basically, like,
Growing.
all saving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's essentially what happened with when we moved in, when we first moved in and got married and everything. She was still working, but I paid like for everything because I basically knew we were gonna have a baby pretty quickly. I just had the idea. We didn't even like talk about it. Leo was kind of a, hey, he's here. So yeah, but I kind of just had that feeling of like I'm just gonna pay for everything. So I just like paid everything out, and that's what I still do. So when she had Leo and couldn't work anymore, it was like no difference to us because I was paying
Yeah, you're just
everything
still paying.
already. Yeah, but I had a tight budget, like, and I still do. You know, it's still really tight. It's not like I can run out there and buy anything, but by budgeting everything, I actually started saving more because before I'd save like I don't know, $100 a month maybe, depending on that month. But by setting a budget, it really helped Anna stay in budget, me stay on budget, and and I made a budget for like everything where it's like I budgeted how much spend money personally that I can spend, which I put myself like super low because I know it's like I'm not high maintenance myself. So like literally, if you want to know my budget per month that I can spend on myself is $20. That's all I give myself. Yeah. So I'm pretty tough on myself, but that's because I wanted to give
that would just anything like clothes and like going out.
Not clothes or not going out. It's $20 like just for me to spend on whatever, right?
Okay.
So like because the fast food has a budget, and so when we buy fast food, it like goes to the fast food. But if I buy fast food for myself, it goes to my personal one, right? Because I'm just buying it for myself. Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
That's basically what I've done. Is like, so when I go to Wendy's and I spend $4, like I have $16 left for the month. So it's like I really like getting the lunch from home, so I have more money to spend on other things like.
Yeah.
But then we have like a budget for gas. We have a budget for gifts. Just because I know I knew my wife, and she loves to like give gifts on different things, or like Mother's Day or something like that. So what's nice about the Mint one is that you can have it like roll over. So it's like if you don't spend everything, so like my $20, if I don't spend all my $20 in that month, then it'll roll over. And it'll be like, oh, I only spent $10, so then I get $10 extra the next month, so I have $30 the next month.
Right.
So it's like that's kind of what I've done, and so it makes it nice because like I gave Leo $100 that Anna can spend it on anything for Leo, $100 a month, and she didn't buy anything for him, like a month or 2 months or something like that, or not a lot of things that didn't go in his budget. So he ended up having like $300 at one point that he could just like spend at any time. But it also encourages saving. It encourages like not going over budget, because if you go over budget, then you don't have that much money next month, right? It reduces. So if you go like, so if my $20, if I go and spend $30 that month, then I only have $10 the next month.
Gotcha.
You basically have to be strict with yourself to do it. With like any budget. But if you can do it, like I started saving like $200 to $300 a month, and it's just. Legitly, my bank account grew, and I honestly don't make like that much, but it grew because I feel like a budget is really saving us, and then not eating out so much, even though I totally would. It's just, like I said, I put $300 for groceries and $80 for fast food, and it's like sometimes we'll go over it, but like on those ones, I don't have like. Where it rolls over, it just like it's always $300 no matter what. If we go over this month, then it's still $300 next month, right? There's just some things that it's like I need this to be always this amount, and we just shoot for that. So if we go over, it's like meh, but we try to like stick on it, you know what I mean, and not go over. And and what's nice is you can look how much you came out every month, like how much you came on top or how much you lost that month. And so it's like you can kind of see like how much you're gaining by doing it, and it just encourages you. It's just one of those things like over time you see its effect. So
Mm-hmm.
because it's like if you save $120 or you give yourself a budget and you save $10 a month, then it's like and you save $10 here and you save $10 there. It's like all of a
All
sudden you
adds
have
up.
it all adds up, especially when people are trying to save their money, so then they can go out there and spend it on like $100. Like legitimately, we went and bought new garments, right?
Mm.
And because we did that, it was in our clothing one. I think I only put like $15 per month for the clothing, but we don't buy clothes like that often.
Yeah, I am actually overdue for some clothes. I was like going
Yeah.
through my stuff. I don't think I bought clothes in like 2 years.
Yeah, that's me.
Like,
I was actually thinking I need to get some too.
yeah, we're gonna for this summer get some clothes. We kind of planned on the end of the month. It's my wife's birthday, so we're gonna go shopping.
Hey, nice.
A couple $100 each, probably.
Yeah.
Just because it's like we're pretty good at that. We don't buy a lot of stuff like that, so it's like,
Yeah, I gave my wife a budget of $600 to go out there and just spend it on whatever, and she's slowly using it up. So
it's like gone one day, one shopping
I
trip.
know, right? That would hurt, but
And
that's the
we're
thing, is
actually
like,
pretty good at or we're not spending on stuff we shouldn't.
Uh-huh.
Like, do you guys do any like streaming services or cable TV or anything?
the only thing we do is Netflix, and I actually like reached out to all my family, and so now we share it, and everyone pays.
Yeah.
So it's like legitimately, I think I pay $30 a year for Netflix, and that's the only thing we use. So
So we actually use her dad's Netflix because he hardly ever uses it. And we had Hulu, and we still do. I think we're gonna get rid of it though. But then every once in a while, we'll like for a month get like HBO or something.
yeah.
So like right now, we currently have all three, but we're only paying for two of them, and that we don't have cable. So like
No, we don't either. Yeah.
Hulu's really good for like if you want to watch shows that are on TV right now.
Oh, really?
Or like they have a pretty good library of stuff too that's older, and like they have decent movies. I wouldn't say like great movies, but anyway,
Yeah, no,
like it's not a bad service actually. Like I always thought of Hulu as kind of like a weird, just like watch current episodes and that's it. Like
Yeah.
they put up new episodes, but they also have like pretty good library of like old shows, or like I say old shows, but like within the last 10 years.
No,
So it's like,
that's the thing.
and it's not that much more than like Netflix. It's only like 12, I think.
Mine jumped up to 14, but it's probably 12 for like a 2.
Oh, do you have
screen.
Hulu as well?
No. Oh, are you saying Hulu? I thought you were talking about Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know Netflix. I haven't actually
yeah,
had my
yeah.
own Netflix for like 2 or 3 years.
No, dude, keep it up if that's the case. It's just the fact that I had Netflix and everyone was like getting on my account. So then finally, they kept on being like, "Oh, there's too many people watching it." It's like, yeah, but I'm the only one paying for it. So I would kick them off all the time, right? I'd call them up and be like, "You watching it
Get
right
off.
now? Get off of it." And
Yeah, we
finally,
never had.
finally, one of my brothers suggested like, "Hey, I'll pay, and we can up the screen so there's 4." So I got 5 people, because you can have 5 profiles, and then you have up to 4 screens at once playing. So we've never ran into that problem ever since, and we only pay $30 each. So it's like instead of paying like 100 and something a year, we only pay $30 a year because we all share it.
Her dad like maybe uses Netflix twice a month. Yeah. Like we use like almost
every day.
Every day.
Yeah,
or like every other day or something. So it's like he's essentially paying for it for us.
Yeah.
But he's the one that was like, yeah, use ours. We don't use it that often.
No, that's good. I mean, I would totally do if someone had that. I mean, that's how I was back in the day. Kevin used to have Netflix, and I just like piggybacked on him till he ended his service. But that's the thing, is just like by budgeting, by using that Mint, and then by like planning out your meals and everything, I swear you can save money. That's what we do, and I feel like
I'll have to check
saves.
that out.
Yeah, you should check out Mint. I'm telling you, like by setting up the budget, like I was telling you, like giving me $20. I mean, you can give yourself more. Obviously, you and her make more money than
Yeah, if I was the only one working and she was home with her kid, like I would be budgeting like crazy. But right now, where we're like both, we both work full time, so we get two incomes, and we make similar money. So it's like we're comfortable right now.
Yeah.
But like as soon as I have a family, it's gonna get different.
Yeah, no, that's what makes me worry all the time, is thinking about the future. So I'm trying to save as much now, because then it helps later. Like,
Did you end up getting promotion? You were talking about it like
yeah, I did
a while ago.
I did get it. I didn't get as much as I thought I was gonna get, nor did I get vacation days or sick days, but it's still I still make more money because of it. And then also, like, I got a new phone, the iPhone X, for free out of it. So I was like, man, it's still a pretty good promotion. And I got the most expensive, like $1,200 one. So I was like, yeah.
Oh, the big guy.
Yeah, well, I figured if they were gonna give me, they gave me the choice of like a Google Pixel or the iPhone X, and I was like, the iPhone X costs more. So even though I like iPhones, like, I was kind of curious about the Google Pixel, but it's like, I'm going for the iPhone X. I'm gonna get the biggest tier and everything, because it's more money, right? Like,
I'm paying for it, yeah.
So it's like, if I'm not paying for it, you guys are gonna pay out of the nose to keep me here. So.
All right. You still pay for like the service, right? Or do they pay?
I still pay for the service, but they pay for my phone. What happens now is that they're gonna be doing the, how Apple has that yearly plan where you can like toss your phone at them and get the new phone. So that's what they're doing for me, since I use my phone for work as well, to check websites and things. So now I get a new phone every year for free from work. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. So that was.
I think I have the one it's not the X or the 10. It's the 8?
Yeah.
I have the 8 Plus.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's a big screen, and I got the dual camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that dual camera system.
It's almost as good as the X, except for the X has like a better screen, like
the OLED screen.
And it's got a couple different features.
I like the size of it too. I don't like the size of the Pluses.
It's so. Yeah, the Pluses, like, it took me a while to get used to it, but every time I like grab my wife's phone, I'm like, this thing is small. Like,
I feel like it's because you're a bigger guy anyway. I'm kind of smaller, so I kind of need a smaller phone, I feel like.
yeah, it's like the Plus is like perfect for me. Like I watch a lot of like, I don't get on the computer sometimes to watch like YouTube videos and stuff, so it's nice like have a little bit bigger of a screen, because we don't have like a tablet or anything.
Right. No, neither do we.
So like, it's pretty nice having
nicer. That is true. I think your screen's slightly bigger, or like the same size as my screen right now. It's just mine's like a full body screen type thing.
Yeah, the edge to edge, where mine's not. Yeah.
I mean, it is nice. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't pay the price for what they want it for.
Yeah, because what am I paying now? Like, with insurance, I think I'm paying like 60, but that's with the service, insurance, and the monthly payment for the phone.
Yeah.
And my wife is only like 40, because she's like the generation behind mine.
Oh, the iPhone 7. Yeah, that's what my wife has. She wants an iPhone X, but she doesn't want to pay the price either. She's like, it's not worth that much, but she likes it because she thinks like it. She basically says, like, when I take pictures with the portrait mode on it, she just thinks like, I mean, she's just like that right there is like, makes it totally worth, because
because like it's funny because I have it's not a nice camera, but it's nice. Like not on my phone, but like the DSLR, actual camera, and it's like, it takes good photos, and then it's like, I take some portrait mode with my phone, I'm like, yeah, that kind of looks the same, or like the quality's like pretty close. Like, that's like crazy how you can get that out of something that only has like a 16 megapixel camera or whatever.
Yeah,
because mine has like 20 pixels.
Well, a lot of it's to do with the softwares, where they really up the software on them, so it's like, it makes them look really nice.
Oh, well, it's also the what do they call it? The bokeh. It's the where it takes your target and it makes that all crisp, and then all the background kind of blurs a little bit, so
it looks so
it gives you
good,
good illusion of, and it makes it look a little more three-dimensional and not so
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
So like that makes your photo look a lot better to have a little bit of a blur because it kind of focuses on whatever your
Mm-hmm.
target is. So
Well,
it just makes the photo look better.
yeah, well, essentially everyone's phone is turned into a glorified camera that can call people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when you really think about it, the phone is more evolutionized to a camera, and that's how come it eats up more of the camera. Like, it ate up the phone, right? But it eats
Yeah.
up even more of the camera now because they're just like, that's the only thing they can really improve on them, year over year. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey, we put a new
It's weird
camera
that
in it. So,
they haven't really upped the megapixels. They've just like the software and the tech makes it
yeah.
easier to take better photos, but like they're using the same for like the last like 3 or 4 generations.
Mhm.
It's like the same megapixel.
Yeah, like 12, isn't it, or something?
It's like 12 or 14, something like
Could
that.
be
Yeah.
14. I don't know. I don't even know what my iPhone X is. I just know it takes
With
really
that.
good ones. But I love the dual camera system. Like, I love being able to zoom in like super quick, and it's still like the actual camera. So I've been really enjoying the iPhone X. But like I said, I wouldn't have bought it for myself at all.
It is
I'm just like everyone else. I really wanted it when it first came out, but then I was like,
wait
really
a
don't
little
want to
bit.
pay for that though.
Yeah.
So it ended up being work paid for it for me, so
Cool.
I got lucky. I'm like one of the lucky few that
Yeah,
actually got
that's
it.
awesome. I wish my work would pay for anything for me.
Yeah. Well,
We have like benefits at my job, so like my wife has some insurance through her, so like we get cheaper insurance. But
yeah.
yeah, my work, it's like I don't get sick days, I don't get vacation, I don't get even like holidays. Like we don't get paid on holidays for having to take them off.
Yeah, no, the same for me. I don't get paid on holidays or nothing. That's why I was kind of hoping my promotion was gonna be better, but it turned out okay in the end. But it's like, yeah, I get a new phone every year, and I got a couple more dollars, for working. So it's like it's a win, but I was kind of hoping for like a bigger win. But maybe in a year or two, I'll get another. Like, every year, I'll probably get a raise, but every other year, I'm hoping for like
Increase.
a little increase, because I don't know how much they're going to increase me now, because they pretty much increased me, a good amount this year, and now it's like I'm hoping next year that they do it again, but I doubt it. They'll probably increase it by like $1 maybe. So
Yeah, so like I've only been at the place I'm at for a year and a half, and I think I hit their like top, like mark for like someone that's not like a area manager. So because like there's this kid that's training me. Like I moved to a different area, and I've got like more responsibility and doing more.
Yeah.
Anyway, like he's getting paid the same as I am, and he's been there for 3 years.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get paid anymore working here, like any more of an increase. So I've kind of started looking around for like different options.
Yeah, well,
like like I can work a lot of overtime if I want it, but the thing is I don't want to,
Yeah. It's tough to work overtime because 40 hours is a ton of work already, and then it's like to think that to make more money you have to work like
I already feel like I don't
50 hours. It's like that's a ton of hours. So
yeah, it really is. So
it's like an extra day in some. So
yeah, which is nice in the paycheck, but it's almost not worth it. Just like mentally.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can only work so much and feel good about it, because it's like if you're working like 50 hours or 50, you know what I mean? Like even 50 hours just seems way too much for me. Like 40 hours is I think the most I've ever worked here at Foxy was like probably 45, maybe 46 hours extra, but that was like the limit, and I've never had to work more than that. So
same, yeah. Like they don't make me work overtime. It's there if I want it.
Yeah.
I think it's for people that want to make more money, but it's like you should just pay me more per hour and then just have me work my 40 hours.
Exactly. No, and that's the thing is I find it interesting here in St. George. It's like there's not a lot of high paying jobs, but there's like
overtime jobs.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of it's weird. It's very weird. I feel like jobs these days are a lot of like, well, we're gonna pay you, like as much as we can, but then it's like after that they just expect you to stay on and work, and it's like can't really do that. Legitly though, the reason why I make extra money on the month over month is because I do my own business, right?
Mm.
I do all these little odd jobs and things, and then I also referee during the winter. And it's like
Mm.
I could probably referee baseball in the fall and spring, but it's just not worth it to me. It's like after basketball, I'm so tired of traveling and moving around. It's like
It,
winter's some of my more busier days. Whereas summer,
mm.
it's like I want to be outside. I want to be with my family. I don't want to like spend it
Just
all
keep.
like
Uh,
in basketball and baseball and everything. So it's like I just referee basketball in the winter and get a pretty good paycheck, just like a little extra lump, for Christmas or something. So,
mm.
but that's, I mean, legitly, if you really think about it, it's like I'm working 3 jobs really throughout the year. So,
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I've always thought about doing something on the side, but I don't know. I feel like the stuff I've always came up with, I really would have to like market it and really, put it out there to get any business for it.
yeah, no, I
A
mean,
lot of time. So,
a lot of business for me, for my little small business, is word of mouth. It's like I don't really market at all, and I still get people who come. Like I put my website out there, and people come from that too. But a lot of times
mm,
it's just word of mouth from everyone who's just like, "Oh yeah, you fix computers, right?" And it's like, "Yep." Or someone will be like, "Oh, so and so told me you fix computers or build websites or whatever." And it's like, "Yeah, I do that." So I don't know. I mean, it's just if you do if you're gonna do your photos and like start a business doing that, like you just have to put it out, and
yeah, there was
people
that,
start.
and then like building furniture and stuff because
Dude,
I'm
if you
pretty
built
good at.
furniture, I would probably pay you to build a couple furniture things for me, like legitly, like
Yeah, and I
no
mean,
no
I
joke.
could. I don't really have the setup as much as when I worked with my dad.
Yeah. Well,
Like
that's
I
the
had
thing is
access.
maybe you talk to your dad and just like, because what I tell people is essentially I just act like for my business, my computer business. Anytime
Hmm.
someone calls and they're like, "Oh, do you have time?" Like at 11 a.m. and I'm working at Voxy at the time, and
Mm.
so it's like I can't go. I just tell them like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually booked till like 4:30, but I've worked till like, you know, 7:30. So anytime between 4:30 and 7:30, if that works, and usually it does, right? So it's like you basically do the same where you tell people like, well, I I'm busy up to like 4:30, and then I can work on your project, and your time frame where you're like that's gonna take me 4 or 5 days basically. So
Yeah, but both of those side things that I've kind of decided, photography and then building like little pieces of furniture, it's like actually get the word out there. I don't want to like bother people on Facebook being like, hey,
mhm.
check out my business because like the photography business in St. George is actually really competitive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, legitly, my wife is like always browsing Facebook, and it's like there's tons of people doing it.
yeah, it's like anybody can buy, an $800 camera or $1,000 camera, and then all of a sudden be set up to be able
Mhm.
to do. And it's like there's a little investment to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
buddy that was just looking for some, that felt like they knew how to, do photos could get into it. So it's not like tough, So it's like there's just so many people I feel like, like especially a lot of women down in St. George area that
Mhm.
got into it, and so it's kind of a hard thing to get into. And like my sister does it, but she is like pretty good, and like she has a lot of like references, word of mouth. So it's like she has like no problem finding work for it, and like I don't have those same connections. So it'd be like I've done like maybe 5 or 6 different little things, for
Mhm.
photography,
Mhm.
and I don't know.
I just feel like if you could break into like the wedding, not do just like random ones, but you just
Yeah,
did like wedding
yeah,
ones, people
wedding.
pay out for weddings.
Yep,
But
you could get like 500-600 bucks for a wedding.
exactly. Like I think we paid even more for our photographer. I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know how much we paid because I think in the end Anna's mom paid for it, but it
yeah,
was ridiculous because she bought this huge frame. Like I'm gonna have you over to the house, or maybe we'll make some tacos, invite you over or something. I don't know,
yeah, for sure.
tacos or some spaghetti or just something
You
like
guys have
that.
like a big printed out photo.
Oh, it's yeah, it's a nice photo. It's like one of those like you know, like your grandpa and grandma has like this nice photo of them with a nice frame, like that's ours, and it was just given to us by her mom. But it's like it probably cost a good buttload. So
Even for now, yeah.
I mean, it's
Because
a
we
huge
got
photo. It's probably oh, I don't even know. It's probably like 5 inches across, wide, and then like I don't know, like it
yeah.
could
So the one
be,
we have
I don't know.
massive. Like we got a huge. Like I
Oh
want
yeah,
to.
I saw yours. Yeah, I saw yours at the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the wedding. Yeah, it's up on
Nice.
our big wall right now.
I think ours was pretty similar. I think ours was slightly bigger, but I'm not for sure. Like I can remember yours, but I can't remember how big.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. I'm looking at it right now, trying to figure out the dimensions. I'm
Yeah,
like, ugh,
I can't think of my dimensions. I look at it
ugh.
every day, but I just can't even think about like how tall
Probably,
that is. The width I can guess, like maybe 7. I don't know. But
yeah.
it's pretty wide and it's pretty big. Like it's pretty life size almost. You know, I'd say, but because it has the picture of our full bodies in it. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm-hmm.
decently sized, so we don't look like a tiny figure in there. But yeah, maybe we'd set up a dinner time to get together
Yeah,
and then play some board games or something.
yeah, we were just saying a while ago that we never really hang out with as many people anymore. It's like we hang out with our family a lot, and it's
hmm
like all our friends that have either moved away or they're busy all the time. So
When you get married, you just lose all your friends. Anyone who's single, you don't really
it,
get to hang out with as much. I mean, I still hang out with Kevin, but other than that, like, you don't get. I don't really have any other friends. I don't really have people unless I play games with them online. So like you and John, and then like Kevin, and that's really about it.
kind of yeah, the same for me. Well, it's like I have a couple friends I work with, so but
Yeah,
that's
but
not really.
I don't really do anything with them besides work, so it's like I don't really count them
They're
as
just like
friends. They're
work
more like
friends. It's like
coworkers. You know what I mean? Like they're just there. Like if I didn't work with them, I wouldn't really hang out with them. So.
yeah, same. Like I've never like hung out with them away from work. It
hmm
was just you go to
Well,
work and you
I
talk
mean,
to
you
them.
work with them for 40 hours a week. You don't really want to spend any more time than you have to. I feel like.
Exactly. It's like
So
really you want to spend time with me? It's
yeah.
like
So no, but yeah, no, I'll have to talk to Anna and see when a good time, maybe next week, and then I'll just text you a time or something and see if what works for you guys.
yeah, that could be fun.
But yeah, definitely need to do it here just because we have Leo and it's
Right,
a
right.
bit of a challenge to go out with him on different places because like
Mm-hmm.
he's just getting into everything. So I'd rather not have him mess up your place.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, we'll have to have you over. That way you can eat, play some board games, you know, chat.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
Yeah, should be. Uh, it's funny because I feel like we got all these board games for Christmas, and then it's like we never break them out because it's like it's so hard to play a board game with just 2 people. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe a card game is like the only thing you can
Yeah,
do.
but like
It's like 2 people.
even card
Like
games
play
are
cards.
like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, like actual cards,
Oh yeah.
like base cards and stuff. There's we know some games that we play that we can play 2 people, but like, and it's always more fun when you have more people.
Yeah, well, I feel like I should play more card games with Anna. I just don't know which ones would be good for 2-player. Like, you see all those like,
Mm,
what is it, like Gin? That's really good to play like 2 players, but I don't even know how to
mm.
play Gin or anything. So
Yeah, we used to play a lot. We don't do it as much anymore, but we used to play a lot. A few different card games, but
yeah, no, I
yeah.
mean, I feel like if
We
we just
actually oh sorry. I was
no,
gonna say Monday night we do like a family thing and we go up and have dinner with her family and
oh
then we play
nice,
board games. So it's kind of like our game night
yeah,
slash like family home evening sort of.
yeah. That's we do a little family on evening, but just with us. We don't just
Yeah.
us 2.
I
We
don't
just
think we'd
kind of
ever
read.
do something like that if it was just because it's just me and her, and our
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. It's tough
A little
to.
different.
Yeah, it's always tough to do family home evening, but we've been better at it. I've legitly like I use my calendar on my phone to be more organized, just because like without it, I always forget like everything. So like even my little chores like water the plants, it's like, oh yeah, I gotta put that on the schedule or else I'll forget. Like I'm so busy all the time, and even when I'm not, like I'm like I
Not
might
on your mind.
yeah, it's just not on my mind. I mean, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't seem very busy because I play video games like every other day, but I mean, it's still,
Mm,
it's just one of those things. Like I play video games just to like wind down from the day. I almost feel like it's not like I really
yeah.
need to play them, but I just play them because
Hmm.
it's like chill to like when you're on, I can talk with you, you and just like enjoy
Yeah.
the, like just don't even talk about like work or nothing. Just talk about like, oh, this game done. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah. So I've got like a lot of like podcasts and stuff I listen to, and like I'll play that as I listen to, or I'll listen to that as I play League.
Oh really?
So it's like I'm not sometimes even like fully engaged on what's
Focused on
happening on
League.
League. It's like, I mean, I focus on it, but it's like
That
I
would
think my
distract me too
attention's first
much.
on like, you know.
I can't even listen to music while I play League. Like I don't know.
Oh
Like
really?
I can, but it just distracts me. I notice. So it's like I do better when I
Yeah.
don't have like music. So,
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I'm pretty good at like being able to put my attention on two different things like that. Like I can listen to, what people are saying on like a podcast,
hmm
and then I can still like, oh, there's a guy there, I'm gonna kill him.
I feel like that would definitely make League more interesting when you're dead. At least you can just like
I
kind of listen to something while
I
you're
think
just
it's
like
easier when
moving.
you're in the jungle, to be honest, because like you're not
True.
constantly having to like
True.
look at someone.
Yeah. True.
I think if I was in a lane, I wouldn't pay it. I think you have to pay closer attention like every second. Like I'm just like, oh, I'll just farm these camps. Like, there's no like,
Playing Farmville. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I'm just playing, yeah, farm town, getting
Yeah.
my crops real quick, and
Yeah.
then
Exactly.
but I don't know. It's like I've got pretty good at it. I think that when big team fights are going, I'm only thinking about that, and like
hmm
that's when that happens. There's a lot of the game where nothing's happening for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, that's kind of why I like top lane because it used to be like the fighting lane. And I still feel like I make it so, but it makes it really difficult because
Bottom
I'm
line.
always just like constantly fighting, and sometimes I just really lose it, and then I can come back and win it. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think bottom lane's kind of the lane that has the most fighting going on now.
Probably. I don't know if I could handle being that squishy though. Like legitly, I hate it when it's like, oh, I got caught, I'm dead. Like I always like being like, oh, I made a mistake, but I
Oh, I
live.
got caught. There,
Yeah.
I'm only half health
Yeah,
now,
well, that's
and
why I like being like Darius or someone who's just like, oh, you can fight me, and I might still end up winning this. Even a 2v1, I might still end up winning it if I play it right. So.
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Jax jungle, but I built like Triforce and then almost straight tank.
Mm-hmm.
Has enough base damage that you jump into a fight and like you don't die instantly, and you're just doing all this, you know.
Yeah.
Because like Jax's, kit is like, he just like progressively gets stronger as you hit. Like it stacks.
Mm-hmm.
He's just sitting there, and like all of his abilities with the Triforce, like complements it really well. So it's like you're doing good damage only on one damage item, and then you have like Cinder Hulk jungle item, and then like maybe Thornmail, and it's like you're doing a lot of damage off that. So it's like just a lot of fun to jump into, engage, and then just sitting there and beat on people and do a ton of damage and not die. And then his ult, makes it so it's harder to kill him. So
Yeah. No.
I've been playing a lot of him recently. So like
I
don't know, I feel
I've
like
always been a top guy. I don't mind the jungle. I actually really enjoyed the jungle because like when we first started playing, me and Kevin were top lane because you did the 2v1, 2v2, right? 2v2 in top lane, 1-1, 2-2.
when you
right?
started, yeah.
Yeah, when you first start the game, right? Because it's like no one can jungle. You didn't even get smite at the time, So it's like there's no way you could
Or
jungle.
you die in the jungle because you were low level.
Yeah, exactly. So legitly, yeah, I mean, no one, we just couldn't jungle, right? So for the longest time, like up to like level 20, we just did the We had me, Kevin, my brother, and my other brother, and then my other brother. So there was like 5 of us. We all played together. It was way fun back in the day because we had all 5 of us playing, you know. So we filled up the whole team. And so we just, I mean, I don't even think we had like ADC. We just pick any champion we wanted to and just kind of like won
Yeah.
games because, I mean,
Yeah,
just,
like lane rules didn't really apply. It's
no,
like you
not
could
at
play.
that time. It was just whoever could do the most damage. So it's like it was really fun. But then after a while, we started like getting teams where it's like, oh, they had a jungle, you know, and we didn't, and we just like lose so hard. And we're like, what the fudge? How did we lose 2v1? You know? And
Yeah, sometimes I miss those days where it's like it wasn't so much about like picking the right champion
Yeah.
for whatever position you were gonna do, and
Yeah.
like it was just kind of like it would just take these 2 goofy champions together and like weird combination top, you know?
yeah, well,
Like,
that was me and Kevin. He picked Garen, and I would pick Aurelia. And what would happen is I would either level my Q to like jump after them after they flash, or I would level my E and like stun them right off, and then he would silence them so that way they couldn't flash away, and then we'd both ignite them. Like he would either ignite first or I'd ignite first, and once mine wore off, he would ignite. And so we get the first blood like every time, like you know, and especially because at the first, you know, like it was back in like 20 when it was still season 3 or whatever, people were still new to the game. So it's like everyone would walk into the bush like in the first 5 seconds
oh
of
yeah,
this game. So
it's
it's like there would be 2 of us in the bush because we'd just rush up there real quick, and then they would come in like maybe a couple of seconds after us, and then like we just totally like dominate them and win that lane after that because we just did that one little pony trick. But,
yeah. I used to do actually a very similar thing, but it was bottom lane. Me and my buddy, he would usually go Darius, and I'd go Pantheon. Pantheon was like the first champion I actually bought with my points.
Yeah.
Like I'd just play like free champions until I got enough to buy someone. And I'm like, oh, this guy looks cool.
I
Like
think Aurelia
like the
was
movie
mine,
300.
actually. Yeah, Aurelia was mine. I still love her.
I use very similar strategy though. Like just hide in the bush, and then like I think he would go. I think we'd just both go Q. So like they'd run in the bush. You'd Q, I'd Q, and we'd both have like a smite or something, and they'd just die.
Yeah.
Which is too much damage, like early on.
Well, that's I mean, that's just basically the same. But eventually, like those that obviously faded out because then they started getting a jungle, and by then I'd switched over to Tryndamere. I played Tryndamere like, oh my goodness, I probably played more Tryndamere than Aurelia by now. So it's like seeing Tryndamere in the jungle, like #1 pick, like makes me tempted to play jungle.
Yeah.
But I used to play Tryndamere jungle back in season 3, you know, or the start of season 3. So I started playing him because they're like, oh yeah, you can at least live long enough to like do the jungle. And so after like figuring out how to do the jungle and getting everything set, like I legitimately would buy like a longsword and 3 pots or whatever it was back in the day, you know, 4 pots or whatever it was, and like make my way through the jungle real slow. But by the time I got to like level 6, I was pretty strong. We just like dive the tower, and I would like kill the guy and then walk out from underneath the tower, and then I just became super strong. I got my first pentakill on Tryndamere like pretty early on. So
yeah, I can't remember when I got my first pentakill on, but I think I have like 2 pentakills on Kassadin. And then I've maybe only got 4 like overall. I think I got one on some 80 carry. It might have been like Ashe. Then I got one on Kali. I swear I got one on someone else, but it might have just been in like a ARAM or something that didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I think that's all that. I mean, it's like I get a lot of quadra kills, but
yeah, I've had a ton of quadra kills, but I think I've gotten like overall pentakills probably like 4 or 5 as well. Like I'm probably right around you.
I think I got one on Jace as well. I feel like I have.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten about 4 or 5. I don't know how many I've actually gotten, to be completely honest. But
I feel like I've only got like one satisfying one where like most of them all died at once, and I think that was with Kassadin. I remember it was one of my first pentakills. I think I got. It was just like, oh, I think I got one on Darius, because Darius is really easy to get one on.
Oh, that's true, Darius. I've probably gotten a couple on Darius. I don't even know. I don't even know how many I've gotten nowadays.
I feel like I've got one on him, but maybe
I just remember my first
I think
one
there's
being
like a
Tryndamere,
beta.
and it was like a pretty legit one because 2 of my team members had died, and then like I just like got in there and destroyed destroyed
Yeah.
their whole team and got the pentakill, and even like ran down and took like their base. So it was like
Mhm.
pretty
I,
epic.
I think there was like a site at one point that tracked all your stuff, and you could actually see your pentagon. I don't even remember what it is.
I wouldn't be able to find it. I want to. I would totally look for it if I could.
I can't even think. I used to go to it all the time, but then I started going to the OPGG instead. I felt like it was a better site, and then like I just completely forgot what that site was that I used to go to. But
Oh, it was like
it was like LOL King.
Yeah,
I think
I remember that old site. I stopped going to it too because it was kind of
I'll
bad.
look it up
tracking
because
some
I'm
things.
kind of curious. I felt like there was like some cool stats that I just up to your profile,
Homage count.
ranked stats, season 2. I only played 5 games in season 2, 3 with Jace, and 2 with Pantheon.
I started season 3. I played in season 2, but I never ranked because I just played like 1 or 2 games in season 2.
Oh yeah, that's back when I played a lot of Diana.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing Diana when we first started playing together.
Yeah,
Season
I used to play
3.
a lot of Diana.
Season 3.
Season 3.
I had 91 wins and 44 losses on Trendemir. I had a 67.4% win ratio.
I had 73 wins and 41 losses on her, 63% win, and my KDA was pretty good too.
Yeah, my KDA was pretty good too.
Dang, yeah, I can't believe these were all the champions I played back then.
I played, let's see, Trendemir, and then it was Annie, probably Annie support or Annie mid. That was probably Annie mid. And then I played a ton of Vi. I loved Vi back in the day. I didn't win. I actually lost more than I won on her, but I still liked her.
I played more Jace than I did Diana. Diana just was my best performing one. Jace, I went 49% win rate, but my KDA was really good.
Yeah, no, I played a ton of Trendemir in season 3.
Season 4, I played a lot of mid.
I played a ton of Vi, and then Darius, and then Trendemir. This is when Trendemir started falling out, because we still had a 63% win rate on Trendemir.
Season 4... Oh, that's when I started picking up J4.
Yeah, season 5.
Jungle.
I played mostly Annie.
This is my jungle, and then I'd still do mid though.
I played a lot of Lee Sin during this time, season 5. Season 6. Played a ton of Darius.
I wish they'd show like what rank I got overall for the season.
Season 7, played a bunch of Echo. That was last season. And now I played mostly Aurelia and Trendemir, but I haven't played that much this season.
Oh, here's the I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Okay, so my first season I got plat was season 5, and that's when I mained Nunu and J4.
I remember you playing a ton of Nunu.
Yeah, I had a 66 win percentage with him. I was 33 and 15. Ooh, I had so many assists, 13 a game. Same with J4, like really good. And then Nidalee too. So those 3, I would kind of spam. I actually had really good win ratios on a lot of guys. So.
Yeah, my season 3, that was pretty good. But that was my Trendemir, that was Trendemir jungle. I wasn't even it could have been top lane too. I played in top and jungle.
Ooh, season 6 was I think the other plat I got. Yeah, that was plat.
Yeah, I've been gold since season 4. I've been gold, and I got silver. Like I was silver 1, like close to gold, and then after that I got gold from the rest on. Once you hit gold, though, I feel like once you get it, then you're like, oh, I can get it again. It's easy, right? Like, I've never been able to get to plat. I think the highest I've been is gold 3, gold 2 maybe. What was it?
I got to plat 2 before I fell back down.
I just didn't play enough. I feel like you have to play a ton of games to like move up the ranks.
My Collie was so good back then.
I remember it, dude. What do we got? Season 3. Surprisingly, I mean, I just played mostly Tryndamere. Oh, I think you went away, dude.
Oh, I go out.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah. I can't see if I got any pentakills though.
I feel like there was something on here that showed you that.
Go to, I think you go to rank, don't you? And then like you. Back on the old client, you used to be able to like go into like and see your old things, like in your profile.
Wait, it says it on the first, but it says I have 0 pentakills on my ranked. Oh, normal draft. Oh wait, it doesn't have on there though. It must have been a normal or normals that I got.
Yeah,
I feel like I haven't got one in like a few years, like on a ranked game.
Yeah.
I never really played champions. Like, you get it very easily.
Let's see.
I know I have one, so
yeah.
like I have.
No, I just
it's
think
like showing me.
I just don't think they track it as good.
Oh,
like, I swear I used to be able to go back into someone's profile, like on the old client, not here, because it doesn't work here apparently. But on the old client, you used to be able to like go in there and look at it. But,
yeah, because I mean, it shows it here. It's all ranked, and that might just be for this year, actually.
I think it's just for this year.
Looking at it, it says I only have 1 quadra.
Yeah, I don't even have like anything above a double kill. But I've only played like how many games have I played this season?
It's just this season.
I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've played 20 ranked games this season so far.
But up at the top, it shows what place you got every season. So it was like gold season 3, gold season 4, plat season 5, plat season 6, and then gold season 7. That's cool.
I got a bunch of golds. Oh my god.
Just gold straight across.
Yeah, 1 silver when I first.
It doesn't even show my silver I got in season 2. Like I played like just enough games to rank right before the season got over. There was something on here that showed more.
Probably back in the day, but Riot changes their API like all the time, so it probably doesn't happen anymore. But I remember I used to be able to go in the back and check out like my old ranks, and it was there. They probably still have it, but it's probably just like somewhere else or just like forgotten type of thing.
Holy cow. This is kind of cool. So it shows your stats with the champion and then like the average stats for that champion. So Shyvana, the average KDA is 2.57 and mine's 4.33. But I do less than average. Oh wait, this damage taken.
Oh, there we go. I changed my profile.
So, I don't know if it's my build, but yeah, that's weird.
I changed my icon. There we go. That's how it needs to be. Season 3 silver.
Champion mastery, maybe? No, that doesn't do it. Oh yeah, this has got to be just this season because it says my normal draft pick stats. I only have 1 win.
Yeah.
I did have 20 kills that game. Holy crap.
I'm out. I haven't played this normal game in forever. Like, legitly. It's just.
I guess I've only played one this season, is all.
I feel like that's because back in the day when there used to be like 4 of us playing, it used to be we just do normals or something.
Dude, yeah, I used to play a lot of normals back in the day, but